G'day, I'm Gene Hardy, founder of Cape to Cape Explorer Tours. I'd like to welcome you to the fantastic Margaret River Region. Cape to Cape Explorer Tours was founded in 2010 and we've developed to have an amazing team of catering staff, guides, accommodation and of course your drivers to get you out there. We've made this video to give you a really good idea of what to bring and what you're going to expect when you come down here from Cape to Cape. Now, we're going to cover things like the terrain, fitness and training, footwear and foot care, which is super important, equipment and the kit to bring, and finally hydration, making sure you've got enough water to keep you going through the long days. For all of our self-guided hikers out on the Cape to Cape track, one of my favourite bits is the launch, and that's the first day when we meet you. We actually take you out on a little mini tour. You get to learn about the history, the ecology, about the terrain, and all these little things that make this area, this Margaret River region, just so special and unique. Day one, when we first meet you and pick you up before you head out onto the track, we like to set you up properly. So we give you all of your catering supplies for breakfast and morning teas. Lunches will come fresh. And also we give you a guidebook, which gives you your physical maps and your logistics planner, just to know who's doing what, when and where for the whole experience. Yep. And one of the most important things is the Maps.me app. This app will keep you on the track, navigate you through. It's offline, so once you download the base maps, you can't go wrong. It's free. We can help you set you up with that.
Cape to Cape track stretches 132 kilometres from Cape Naturalist Lighthouse in the north to Cape Leeuwin Lighthouse in the south, in the beautiful Margaret River region of Western Australia's southwest corner. Cape to Cape is a challenging coastal walk with a wide variety of terrain, including granite slabs and scrambles like the one behind me here, cliff-top limestone pathways, sandy and rocky parts meandering through the beautiful coastal heathland, as well as soft sand beach crossings and walking in the beautiful Baranup forest. There's no mountains on the Cape to Cape track, but there are plenty of steep hills and dunes every day to get up and down, as well as a chain assisted limestone scramble at one point and plenty of stairs throughout each day as well. Often you'll be walking along meandering sandy or rocky pathways that go through the coastal heath, which is this sort of vegetation. It's often only waist to shoulder high, so there's not much shade, but it's really special vegetation, rich in wildflowers, orchids, endemic species, and habitat for wildlife as well. Being a coastal walk, sand is a feature of the Cape to Cape track. Most days have at least 1 or 2 beach crossings. The longest beach crossing is 7 kilometres of Baranup Beach, followed by 6 kilometres of Deep Dean Beach, so some fairly lengthy beaches in there. Some people like to walk on the beaches with their shoes on, but you might prefer to get your shoes off, get your feet in the cold water, cool them down. Speaking of getting your shoes off, if you come and hike the Cape to Cape track in spring, a lot of the creeks are flowing and you will need to get your shoes on and off several times a day.
G'day, we're here in the beautiful Baranup forest and we're here to talk about fitness and training so that you have an amazing, successful Cape to Cape adventure. This is a challenging walk and you do need a moderate level of fitness, so some training is essential. In terms of preparation, we have 3 key things that we'd like to share with you. 1 is to be able to walk at least 20 k's a day. 2 is to be able to walk a decent amount over 2 or 3 days in a row. And the 3rd thing is soft sand. It's a killer. Don't train in the hard sand area on the beach. Go to that soft sand and try to walk at least 5 k's in the soft sand. That's going to help so much. Those tips are really important for our end-to-end hikers. However, if you've chosen to do one of our shorter highlights tours, we still encourage you to do as much training and preparation as possible to make your trip an enjoyable one. So if you manage to follow those tips we've shared with you, you'll be able to really enjoy where you're walking and all the magic of the Cape to Cape track.
there, welcome to the Woodajupbilya, the beautiful Margaret River. Today we're going to talk about a little bit about hydration, which is extremely important when we're out hiking the Cape to Cape track. When you're out hiking the Cape to Cape track, it's vital to be carrying 3 litres of your own water in your own pack. Reason being is there's no stations to actually top up your water when you're out here on the Cape to Cape. When you're out here hiking, it's really important to remember the weight that's actually in your backpack. So in terms of water bottles, I actually like to carry 2 plastic 1.5 litre bottles. Minimal weight, maximum water capacity, but also in the side of my pack, I like to carry a small water bottle that's really accessible right on the side. It encourages me to drink and remember that I'm drinking throughout the day. A lot of people in their packs, they have room for camel packs, which are great because they encourage you to drink quite regularly. The only thing we recommend with those is to always check the structural integrity of your camel pack before you start hiking, and as you are hiking with them, checking for leaks and anything that might be causing a loss of water. Even if you do have a camel pack, we strongly encourage a spare bottle, a spare 1.5 litre bottle, whatever it might be, to make sure you've got enough storage capacity. The only other thing that we would recommend is maybe throwing in some sachets of hydrolyte or anything like that, just to help you top up those electrolytes as you're hiking throughout the day. So there you go, there's a few simple tips about hydration. If you follow those steps when you're out here doing the Cape to Cape, you're sure to remain comfortable and well hydrated while you're out here in the sun.
Wearing the right gear on the Cape to Cape is going to make your experience far more comfortable. So I'm going to cover it from head to toe. Start with a great hat, wide brimmer, as well as secure, with just in case there's a bit of wind around. Sunglasses, nice solid sunglasses are essential, and you may want to wear a buff, be it for sun protection or even a bit of warmth in those cooler days. When it comes to shirts, light, breathable, comfortable, they're the essential things you want to tick off. Could be long sleeve and collar are quite handy as well. When it comes to pants, you might want the long and loose. You may prefer shorts on the warmer days, or you may prefer leggings. The longer pants do protect you from vegetation. These ones, however, I prefer because they are loose, they do quick dry, and they have an access point if I want to turn them into shorts. There are 2 types of gaiters you could wear. There's some for sand, and there are others for snake protection. They're not mandatory, it's just an option if it's going to make you feel more comfortable on the track. Jackets are essential. You can sometimes have 4 seasons in one day, so you must bring it every day on the track. Great as a windbreaker or rain protection.
The great thing about walking the Cape to Cape with us is that you'll only need a day pack each day. But there are a few things you'll need to carry, so make sure you've got a pack around this size. Around 25 to 30 litres is a good comfortable size. You're looking for the correct size, nice comfortable straps, and definitely a waistband to take the weight from your shoulders. So aside from water, what you'll need each day is swimmers and a towel if you're keen for a dip, some sunscreen, and a jacket to keep off the wind and rain. Other really important items are a camera, or usually people will bring their phone, and from our lovely catering team we always get a nice morning tea and lunch that you'll need to fit in your pack as well. For our self-guided hikers, we are here for all support and logistics, but you are out on the track by yourself each day. So it's really important to carry a fully stocked first aid kit with a snake bandage as well. Snakes are a reality on the track and you want to be prepared.
Footwear is super important on the Cape to Cape track. You want a nice, comfortable, well-fitted pair. Not too old, not too new. Don't buy them the week before you come, maybe a couple of months so that you can wear them in. Here's our first option, the classic high-cut hiking boot. Pros and cons, these are quite rigid. They offer a lot of stability and support, particularly if you have ankle or balance issues. The cons, they can be a little restrictive for beach walking. They're also a little trickier to get on and off compared to your low-cut sneakers. These are a trail runner or a low-cut hiking shoe. They offer a little less support, but much more flexibility. I prefer these when I'm doing my beach walking. Ideally, the Cape to Cape offers situations where both are ideal. So if you can bring a high cut and a low cut, or your preferred pair, like a pair of sandals maybe, then it'll open up your options for your trek. Multiple pairs of good quality moisture wicking socks are the go. Thickness is up to you. I love these toe socks, which can reduce the friction between your toes and stop you getting any blisters. Foot care is just as important as footwear on the Cape to Cape. You want to minimise your chance of blisters, and in the event of a hot spot developing or a blister, there's a couple of key items you need in your personal medical kit. This is Fix-A-Mole. This is ideal for putting on hot spots, which are a sure sign you're about to develop a blister. It comes in a roll. You just cut a little piece off. Most times you only need the size of a Band-Aid, and make sure you're free of dirt and sweat, and then you just apply it like a Band-Aid. The other essential item is Compeed. It's a little like a Band-Aid or a second skin. If you do develop a blister, this is what you want to put on straight away. Both of these items are available from your friendly chemist. Please get some before you come. If you do run out, we can restock you at the shop at Surf Point Resort. Footwear and foot care, super important. If you follow those few simple steps, you'll have an amazing time hiking the Cape to Cape track blister free.
Thanks for watching, guys. For more information, we've got loads and loads of tips and tricks on our blog, on our frequently asked questions on the website, and of course, don't hesitate to get in touch. If you follow these tips, I'm sure you're going to have an amazing time. We'll see you on the Cape to Cape track soon.